Hello guys, Dr. Steve Hoffman back with another episode of Core Wellness TV from the farm with 3 R's: release, rewire, and regenerate. Release your old patterns, rewire in new patterns, and let your body regenerate like it's designed to instead of degenerating. Today I've got a lesson about, well, first of all, I've done in the past, you may have seen us planting rye in the late fall last year, our cover crop for this field, this 10 acre, or this, we planted about 10 acres, and it's going into enthesis or anthesis, one of the two. That's when it starts going reproductive and starts putting off its pollen and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you just the beauty of what we planted, which Rebecca already panned around once. Thank you so much. But the other thing is, I want to talk about this cover crop in relationship to your gut and your immune health. Naturally, we're going to look at the rye as the good bacteria. You guys have heard about that by now. Acidophilus, bifidus, there's all kinds of good bacteria in your gut that do a lot of good things for you. Important for your immune system, makes B vitamins for you. It proper estrogen metabolism, all that stuff is very important and based on good bacterial balance. What happens is if you don't have the good bugs on board, then the opportunistic bad bugs take over. And now I don't want to be mean to these plants. These are not bad plants. They're just opportunistic, and they're going to take over if there's no good bugs in the way. They're going to grow up. So if, for instance, if you live with chronic stress, if you have had antibiotics, it wipes out your good bugs in your gut. And so the bad bugs rise. Then you get constipation, diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, acne, you name it, depression, fatigue, anxiety. Your gut is your brain is your gut. Your gut is also your immune system. 60 to 70%, depending on who you listen to, of your immune system is clustered around your gut. So your gut better be in good balance. So my point is, so this goes back to soil health. Number one is, the first principle of soil health is keep it covered. You never want to you always have to have something growing, okay? So that's why you don't let a field go fallow. If you do that, the water just runs off the field and you don't get the water into the soil and you get dehydrated and stuff like that. And how that relates to, and I'll get back to the immune system, but how the first principle of soil health relates to us. We need to build our buffer as well. We need to keep our armor on the ground. We don't want to see bare soil. We want to build our buffer against disease. And especially with this COVID thing, right? It's really important to build our buffer against even getting it, because our immune system has the first layer, this mucus layer along your respiratory lining, along your respiratory tract, is full of secretory IgA, immunoglobulin A, and its job is to not ever let the virus get into your cells to begin with. It's the frontline defense. Keep that buffer. How do you keep that buffer? Well, you de-stress, number one, because when your cortisol goes up, your secretory IgA goes down. So there's number one. That's why stress makes you more susceptible. No matter if you have all of the other risk factors or not, if you're stressed to the max, you're susceptible. You're putting yourself at risk. It's time to release. Rewire in stress-free patterns and start regenerating instead of degenerating. So that's the build. So build your armor. So how do you do that? Number one, like I said, de-stress. You can look up how to rebuild secretory IgA, but honestly, it's about doing everything. Your thoughts, your mindset, your movement, your nutrition, all matters for building your secretory IgA. You'll also see that colostrum is a big builder for that. That's why you can't find colostrum these days, because it's all bought out. Vitamin A is very important for that barrier lining, right? Of course, I'll just name the other ones real quick that are important for your immune system. The vitamin A, vitamin D, huge, vitamin C, and zinc. Those are your most important ones. But there's some other things you can, and let's switch into the gut bacteria, probiotics. If you have had a lot of antibiotics in your life, or you're chronic coffee, alcohol, coffee, alcohol, stress, right? You need to bring up the bugs in your gut. That's eating fermented foods. That's taking a probiotic. Fermented foods, what is that? Kimchi, sauerkraut, just any kind of fermented vegetables. You can make it yourself. Look up how to ferment vegetables. You put it on your kitchen counter and you're ready in 7 days. All you have to do is get some salt water and some vegetables, and the bacteria in the air will colonize and you'll have fermented vegetables within a week. So build your good bugs right here. Build your good bugs, prevent your bad bugs. And we may need to kill the bad bugs, right? We might have to use these herbal antimicrobials like oregano and thyme, and there's all kinds of berberine. There's all kinds of herbal antimicrobials. Oil of oregano, like I said, is great for killing a lot of bad bugs in the gut. So that's a good thing to have flowing through your system. We use North American herb and spice. Oil of oregano, it's wild. You might find it in your stores as oreganol. That's a great thing to use on a, go through a week of just doing like, several drops a few times a day. Do a little clean out, put some good bacteria in on the backside, and then you'll look more like this. The good bugs are up and it's keeping the other ones in check, and then your immune system's in balance, and then your brain comes back online, your gut comes back online, and you've built your buffer against this crazy COVID thing. So those are the first two elements of soil health and soil restoration. Keep it covered, keep your armor. How do we are going to build our secretory IgA with de-stress, with vitamin A, with potentially colostrum and just live bacteria type stuff. Number two, we are going to, what is number two? Number two is, once, keep it covered. Second is, minimal disturbance. Minimal disturbance. That's why we're not tilling this ground anymore. We're not even disking it. We're just because this coming Wednesday, in 2 days, if it's going to be dry enough, we're going to drill in 7 different types of plants on top of this rye, and we are going to not disturb it. We're going to let the ground do what it's going to do, so the soil food web underneath can come alive, so all of the mycorrhizal fungi can do its job. It can bring the minerals out of the soil and into the plants, and all this symbiosis that happens underneath the ground can't happen if you continually dig it up. Same thing with us, minimal disturbance in our gut. That means if you don't need antibiotics, like if you're not dying from bacterial pneumonia, don't take them. If you don't have a raging infection in your tooth, don't take them. Last resort, same thing, minimal disturbance. If you can avoid surgery, avoid surgery. There's other ways. Minimal disturbance, okay? The fourth principle is live roots in the ground. Always keep a live root in the ground. That's why, that's what keeps the soil food web going. The last part of soil health is animal incorporation. I guess we could call that animal incorporation, meaning put live bacteria into your gut. We're going to put animals in there to do their job, because animals eat poop and then make the microbial, the biology of the soil come to life. So to wrap this thing up, guys, I just want you to focus on keeping balance. Keeping balance in your gut. Let's not let the bad bugs overgrow. Let's keep everything in check and in balance. Keep your good bugs and your bad bugs here. Okay? That way you'll have a more robust immune system, better thinking, of course, better digestion, better immune system. Did I say that already?
No.
Because that's really what the most important thing right now, guys, is a resilient and anti-fragile immune system. You want your immune system to continue getting better. You don't even want to keep it you don't want to even maintain your immune system. You want to become anti-fragile. I just got that book, Anti-Fragile. I can't wait to get into it, because it's a concept of not just being resilient, but taking stress and getting stronger every time you come across a situation. You learn from it and get stronger. Anti-fragile. So get your good bugs, get rid of your bad bugs and build your buffer. All right, build your buffer. And that's the lesson from the farm today, guys. I know there wasn't a lot of posture and movement today, but posture is, you know, any kind of stress draws you into the stress posture. So if your immune system is stressed, if your body is under stress from poor, you know, getting sick or just being stressed, right, draws you forward. So we're trying to use mindset, movement, and nutrition strategies to take care of that for you. And today was mostly about nutrition, and hopefully you learned a little bit about soil health as well, because if there's no soil, there's no food. If there's no food, there's no us. So we have to take care of our soil, because we're losing tons and tons and tons of topsoil every year because we aren't doing these regenerative practices. So keep roots in the ground, keep it covered. Keep it diverse. Oh, our Pay What You Can offer that I put out when the COVID thing came out, that's coming to an end. As the world kind of quote unquote opens back up, we're going back to our new normal. But anyway, the Pay What You Can option for all of my courses inside the Core Wellness Institute, which basically has all of this stuff over the last 10 years. I've packaged it all into an all access pass membership, and you can get it for one low price, and that's, you can choose from 6 different prices depending on what you can do right now. So I'll put the link in the description or somewhere on this page if you're watching this on the website, and make sure you do that. Keep regenerating, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Nice little scattered thunderstorm.